Hi, we're going to make Vietnamese spring rolls or Vietnamese summer rolls. I'm going to slightly change them up a little bit because I'm going to make a Vietnamese salad that I first had in a Vietnamese restaurant in London, and it's got lovely peanuts and crispy onions on it and lime and coriander and mint, so it's absolutely beautiful. So that's a standalone salad by itself, but I'm going to put them into spring roll wrappers as well. The more traditional way is to do sort of layers, so you've got your lettuce, you've got pork belly, you've got prawns that you kind of see as you roll it up, and sometimes some really fine rice noodles as well. But I'm not going to do it like that. I'm going to do it this way, and this is equally as nice and really healthy as well. So we're going to take some lettuce. If you get a lettuce like this, if you bang it, and you can push that down, and that just releases the core, or not, depending on how you do it. And then you get rid of some of the gnarly bits on the outside, because they're not so pretty, not so nice. And I just need some lettuce. So I use iceberg lettuce because it's really, really crunchy. Traditionally, it's not iceberg lettuce, but we can talk tradition and we can talk what's more reasonable in the UK. So I'm just going to chop it really, really finely. So I'm keeping my fingers out of the way as well. Claw hands, like that. Bit more. That'll do. So really fine, really fine. But you can, if you want to, use other lettuce as well, that's fine. Things like gem and cos are all really, really good. I always find the limp lettuce maybe not so good. Spring onions, going to put some spring onions in it. So again, I'm just taking a little bit of the bottoms away and just a little bit of the tops. Not too much because it's all really, really good. If you slice it right down the middle, like that, you can then slice it down the middle again and you get finer strands. And then if I just put that into finer strands like that. Carrot wise, just going to peel it with my speed peeler. Very speedy. Top and tail it. And then if I put that into roughly the same size as that, now because stop that wobbling around a little bit, if I just take off a little bit of the bottom, it stops it from rolling around, and then using my claw hands I can put that into wedges, and then I can slice those into what we call julienne, or finely slices, finely stripped should I say. So that's them done. Chilli, if you want to put chilli in it, you can put chilli in it. I'm just going to put a little bit of chilli in it, a little bit of a pep, not too much. So whatever you fancy really, and depending on what sort of chilli you use. Ginger, I'm just going to use a little bit of this. I'm just going to peel a little bit of this outer skin away. So you can use the skin, it is edible, and actually just beneath the skin you've got all the nutrients. And you can also peel it if you want to with a spoon. It just peels really, really easy with a spoon. But for the sake of this, I'm just going to do it this way. Get rid of that. I'm just going to chop it like that. And because the lines are going that way, the fibres are going that way. So I'm going to chop it against the fibres. And I'm just going to put a little bit of ginger in it. Just a few little slices like that. And a few little juliennes. Just to give it a little bit of a gingery pep. That's optional, of course. Get that out of the way. Lime, I've already massaged my lime to get the maximum juice out of it. Slice it down the middle, squeeze it in. I like to use all of it, but if you don't want it too limey, just use half. Actually, it's quite limey that. Loads of juice in that, so maybe I'll use like 2/3. Also, fish sauce. Now, if you use your lime like that and your fish sauce in there, you can have equal quantities of fish sauce and lime juice. And that'll just bring the flavour out a bit. Obviously, if you're doing vegetarian ones, don't use the fish sauce. And a little bit of soy in there as well. Light soy sauce. Dark soy sauce is just too rich. About 2 or 3 teaspoons. Some coriander. I'm going to put some coriander in it. So just a handful of coriander, really. I'm just going to use the leaf this time. But the stem is fine as well if you want to use that. Coriander in there. I'm also going to use some mint. Now I had to get some mint out of the garden this morning, so it's actually Vietnamese mint, which is quite handy. but any mint will do. So that combination of mint, coriander and lime is just so, so good. And then you're lifting the flavour with the fish sauce, and you're kind of adding the seasoning through the light soy sauce. So it's going to be absolutely delicious. Now, a couple of added additions for me to add a little bit of crunch, and this isn't authentic at all, is to use some crispy onions. That's really, really lovely in there. I love it. Sorry, I'm just going to put them in because I like them. And also some peanuts. Again, not traditional, but I just think they add such a lovely flavour to it. And when I had the Vietnamese salad before, it had peanuts in it, so it's a kind of cross between having the salad, oops, they're flicking all over the place, and having the summer rolls. So preparation-wise, didn't take long at all, about 5 minutes to get all that ready, depending on your chop abilities. And you've got a lovely, lovely salad there. So you've got that crunch, you've got that zing, you've got that beautiful, beautiful texture, and you've got the freshness of the lettuce as well. Just going to give it a little try, make sure it's okay. It's good. Actually, I think it will take that other lime. Put some of that in. Lovely. Beautiful. So that's that done. So that was dead easy. I've got some boiling hot water here, and I'm going to use my Vietnamese rice papers. So you can make big ones and you can make small ones, whatever you fancy. So take a rice paper, put it in your boiling hot water. Now, I've got asbestos fingers, and that has cooled down a little bit. But if you're not happy with that, obviously use a pair of tongs like this. Now, you get it to about this stage. So it's not too, it's not crunchy still, and it's not too soft. If you leave it in there longer, it'll just break down and end up being chewing gum, which you don't want. So put it on your bench like this, and then fill it with some of your salad. So you're kind of putting it along the top edge, like a cigar shape. Now, obviously, you could put prawns, you could put chicken, you can put whatever you fancy in this as well. So just fold it over one side, fold it over the other, and then roll it that way. Now, at this point, I tend to get my fingers in there and push it all into a nice round shape. Roll it in. So at this stage, if you were to put 2 half prawns in either side, you'd then see it through the rice paper. Roll it round like that, and boom, you've got a summer roll, and they're beautiful. They're much better made fresh. I saw on a Jamie Oliver programme, he put them in the middle of a table and had it as a party so that you can all get rolling together, which is really nice. But if you put them, make them too far ahead, they stick together because these are kind of like glue. So always make them fresh. I'm going to taste this and leave you to it. You can make some now. Lovely.